Look ahead, obviously, big task here, Wright State, the team that was picked to win the whole thing. You've had some success against them. You played well there last year. How do you approach these two games this weekend?
Well, Rob, I think it's a big opportunity. I think our program has great respect, what they've been able to do in this league for a very long time. So they've got really good players, really good coach, really good culture, winning program. We'll have to play really good basketball on both sides of the ball. Obviously everything starts with loud and love for them on the inside, but Tanner Holden has been tremendous. They've got really good wing players. Hall has played at a really, really high level. Great respect for Calvin. Really, all their players. Basili's played well. So they're a team that's very, very balanced, Rob. They're very big. They do a great job of rebounding. They're plus 11 on the glass in league play. One of the top defensive teams in the league. So you got to play good on both sides of the ball.
They lived up to that billing, coach, being the number one preseason pick or being that preseason number one team?
Yeah, I think certainly, Dana. I mean, they're one game out of first, and really just a couple possessions from being undefeated in this league. So they're certainly really really good basketball team. Great respect for them.
But you mentioned their size. How do you combat that? They seem to do they play inside out? They have a nice shooting percentage, but it looks like it's mostly inside the 3-point line.
They do a tremendous job of manufacturing points. Inside the three. I think they're 32nd in the country in their points distribution with points inside the paint. So they get to the paint, whether it's through Loudon or dribble penetration. They have great ball movement. They play out of closeouts, do a great job of moving the ball. They play very well in their early offense. They're going to attack you in a pick and roll and really try to create space with their movement. So it's a very, very hard team to guard because they got a lot of good pieces.
Obviously, Darius didn't play in your Monday game. I'm not sure he's 100%. I don't think he is. I mean, not only him, but are you healthy wise? Will Quisenberry play?
Yeah, I think so, Dana. I think we're starting to get healthier. I would say, this season on the back-to-back, it's so important to take care of your body. It's been strategic wise. After the back-to-backs, we've taken an off day. Of course, we played the game against Carlo, and we wanted to rest. The majority of our starters, which I thought, that game, getting that game in was really important for our team. And I think the young guys are going to get more and more time as the season progresses. But, certainly hoping to have everybody out there and be healthy. We've had a really good week of practice. We're going to leave tomorrow, get a chance to shoot on their, court tomorrow night. And then, I think it's a great opportunity. This is the first time in school history that we've had two games in the same season on national television. Speaks volumes for our players. And certainly speaks volumes for Wright State because they've been on multiple times. So I think it's exciting for the kids to be able to play on ESPN in front of a national audience.
Coach, important. Oh, go ahead, Dana.
Thanks, Jerrod. What happened with Stefanski with the Browns and the COVID? Do you reiterate to your players just the importance of you got to be safe with this and you got to be smart because this could hit. Stefanski said today he had no idea how he got it.
Yeah, Dana, it's being a diehard Cleveland Browns fan for really since the time I was about 5 or 6 years old. To see that news yesterday after practice, it was just, I think it puts things in perspective. I can't imagine how he's feeling. First time and since 2002, the Browns go to the playoffs and he's unable to coach the game. I think that's the tricky part, Dana, about this virus. You have to continue to take the proper precautions every single second of every single day until we have answers. I don't think we have any answers, and I think as a coach, I would say all 12 coaches in our league and really nationally, we worry about that every single day. Who who could possibly get this virus and how could it affect your team and really the team you're going to play. But me personally, I had the virus, a few months ago. So it hit me very, very hard. It really knocked me on my butt. So I've been one of the guys that takes it very serious. Our players have done a phenomenal job of taking it very serious. And I commend them because this has been very, very hard on a lot of levels, Dana, with this virus and our injuries and lack of practice. But I give our players, I give our training staff, I give college basketball a lot of credit for going ahead and going to play the season out. But I think as a coach, we would be doing our players a disservice if we didn't continue to tell them take those precautions.
Coach, is it imperative for you guys to shoot well from outside because of their size and maybe draw them away from the basket and the way they like to defend?
Yeah, we had some success with that last year. I think in order to play well, you've got to get paint touches. So how do you do that? You can, do that out of a pick and roll. You can do that in transition offense. There's a few ways you look to try to attack them, but they are very, very sound defensively. They don't make a lot of mistakes. They're a team defensive team. They're going to play pack line. They do a really, really good job defensively. So we got to manufacture some points on the offensive glass, through the paint, through penetration or cutting. But at the end of the day, the round ball's got to go through the basket, right, Rob? I mean, that's how you win basketball games. You got to put that thing through the hoop, and you've got to do a great job of giving them different looks. Try to keep them off balance because I think they're a very, very good offensive team as well.
Important to attack Trey Calvin, kind of maybe disrupt him since he's at the point guard role for the first time, taking over for Cole Gentry?
Yeah, he's done a really good job, Rob. He's he shoots the ball well from the perimeter. He's obviously playing a very, very important role, running their ball club. So you've got to try to make it hard on him, but he's played very, very well so far.
But you weren't happy defensively. You gave up, I think, 79 in the back end against Green Bay. How do you try to improve on that? What do you do defensively? Anything different from that standpoint?
Yeah, I think, Dana, that's a key ingredient, a key point that you bring up. It's something we've talked about with our team. We felt like there was probably 7-8 possessions in the Green Bay game that we've, could have did a little better job, whether it's boxing out, whether it's our transition defense, our alertness. When the ball moves, we have to move. They run a motion style, so they have a lot of player movement. Wright State, very similar to Green Bay. They do run early ball screens, but typically they want to move you and drive you or throw it inside. So I think our alertness, I think our attention at every possession has a life of its own. Every possession is going to impact the game in a meaningful way. So the number of possessions that you play at a high level, that you're really in tuned into that play, that's where you're going to have your success.